This one particular week, we was arguing so much so my wife was having migraines. That's how bad it was. We would argue till 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Just Hello everyone, my name is Derrick and I'm here just talking about the things that I love. And today, what I would love to talk about is love bank points. Now, what exactly is that? Now, if you're in a relationship and marriage, it's an easy concept to really understand and know. It's basically that you spent a little bit of time knowing about your significant other. You do something, whether it's tangible or it's a conversation or it's an act or whatever the case may be, and it speaks their language. Therefore, you make a deposit into that love bank that over time adds value, and it grows and it grows and it grows, right? So I was first introduced to that whole concept back in 1999. So we had to do premarital counseling before we got married. It was one of the prerequisites from the minister, the pastor who actually married us, right? So we went through and they was talking about the love bank points. I'm like, okay, I thought I was rocking and rolling in the relationship department. I had, information and conversation for days. I was in a great relationship, and I was on it, right? But once I got married, I realized quickly that the whole love bank point thing system, whatever you want to call it, went out the door. And let me try to kind of qualify why it went out the door for me initially. Because remember in the first video, if you haven't watched it, please check it out. Please watch that first video when I talk about the little things, right? Basically looking at other people and just trying to find the subtle, simple little things that adds value to people's life. Now, there's a caveat to that. The caveat is you can't see the little things if you are selfish. And I didn't realize that at the time. I saw things the way that I wanted to see them. And so I was basically kind of devious in a lot of things in my marriage and trying to make or force my wife to see it, right? And now look, don't get me wrong, our marriage wasn't completely terrible. It was just when we would argue and everything escalated and we just stayed on that one thing. And so that whole love bank point system, it was deficient. It was overdraft. It was not right at all. This one particular week, we was arguing so much so my wife was having migraines. That's how bad it was. We would argue till 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I just had to win. I just had to just get her to see my point of view. I was obsessed with it. It was like a drug. And I remember looking in the mirror. I don't know where it came from, but I heard this voice tell me that I was selfish and I'm not going to change this situation until I admit it and I look at me first. I wasn't feeling that. I'm like, what? I said, no, she's the one that's wrong, not me, because I'm right. This is the way it's supposed to be. That was not the way it was supposed to be. And what happened the next day? Another argument. Chaos. Another argument. Chaos. Until eventually, around like 1:15 in the morning, I looked at my wife and I just had a moment of clarity. And I said, I can't change you. And when I said that, something happened. It was like everything just became real. And I was able to see all my discretions. And so I started to just open up and pour out all the times that I was being selfish, all the times I was being devious and contentious. And I'm mentioning things one by one. Remember when I said this? Remember when I did that? This is what I was trying to get you to do. And yada, yada, yada. I was putting all my cards out on the table. And it was liberating, but I realized that there was no turning back. at that moment. But then something miraculous happened thereafter. She came back and she did the exact same thing, and she started to confess all the different things that she was doing. And I realized, wait a minute. So if I just focus on me and not think about how much that she did this and how I did that and how she did this and how I did that, and if I don't focus about all that craziness and has been operating in offense, why am I upset with her? It's not like she's making me feel the way that I felt. I chose to feel that way. So since that is the case, why can't I just focus on me so that I can get to a place where I can no longer be selfish and I can have peace? Now, that night, I deposited 1 million love bank points. And I hadn't made a deposit in months, years, not at that level. So, you know, when you're watching that first video, when I was talking about the little things, right? Yeah, I got that, but I didn't realize that what was really holding me back was me and my selfishness and all those things. And once I got that, then I was able to take the little things to another level. And I was able to say, girl, you're so beautiful. And she melts also, because that is speaking her language. Who doesn't want to be appreciated? It doesn't even matter that that person may not be perfect. You don't have to be perfect, but they can be someone who you will appreciate, and that's just tailor-made for you, that will stretch you and bring you to another stratosphere in your life. And that's what I'm getting right now in my life, and because I've been through some things, y'all. The story is a lot more intense and real, and it dates back. It dates back, and now here I am. Maybe you are in that same boat. Maybe you haven't deposited any love bank points into your relationship and in your marriage because you're selfish, you don't even know it yet. But there's something about confronting that selfishness that's within. There's a price, there's a cost, there's a place that you have to go that it is hard. You are going to want to watch this next video.